Hi everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles, and today I am going to do a messages from your animal spirit guides. So we will see which animal spirit guide is working with us, and just remember that you've got animal guides with you all the time. Those of you who have lost animals, they're with you still, and they're very, very loved and very, very supported on the other side as well. So we're going to see what messages and what energies we can bring through. I haven't done these for a while, so I'm looking forward to doing these. So I'm just going to close my eyes and focus on a animal guide message for everyone. Okay, here we go. Oh, nice. Okay, we got the peacock. You see all the beautiful colors of the peacock. This is let yourself stand out and be noticed. All right, so let me just read you some things from the book for you. This is by Stephen Farmer. So this was one of Doreen Virtue's husbands. I'm not sure which one. Maybe number 3 or something. Oh well, stuff happens, doesn't it? Okay, let yourself stand out and be noticed. So the key words for this are self-confidence, clairvoyance, sensitivity, healing, dignity, laughter, leadership, gracefulness, flamboyance, colorfulness, cheerfulness, radiance, and attractiveness. So it says here it's time to step forward and stop hiding behind any of the facades that you've developed over the years. Although these personas have been highly adaptive and have helped you along the way, for which you can be grateful, there's more of you to express to the world, and it's ready to emerge. There's a certain safety and comfort in being inconspicuous and always staying in the background. Yet in playing it safe in this way, others don't have the opportunity to get to know who you really are, and you don't get to experience the richness and textures that are possible by participating more fully in life. By remaining in the background, you not only alienate yourself from others, but often end up allowing others to choose for you. Doing so can make you feel like a passive victim of life. Being noticed does have some risks too. People may criticize or judge you, particularly if they're not used to you asserting yourself in such a way. Or you may judge yourself, which can be even harsher sentence. There are most likely risks, but they're actually very minimal. So shed any guilt or shame about coming out with who you are. Wear more colorful clothing, sing, dance, and let others know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions. You can do so with grace, dignity, and enthusiasm, and you might even enjoy it. So the peacock asking you to let yourself stand out and be noticed. And again, I've read the associations for you. So, okay, so most of you already know that in my own life I had severe confidence issues, and the thought of making a video or speaking in public or doing an interview or anything like that was just I would just be on the inside of myself absolutely dying. When I used to go to work, just working in normal regular jobs, I carried crystals with me in my pocket. I'd have to psych myself up all morning. I'd be dreading it all the night before, knowing that I had to go to work. I would just be wondering all the night before what's going to happen, what's going to take place, who's going to annoy me, who's going to give me a hard time, am I going to get yelled at, just ridiculous things. And the fear would be building up inside of me, and it made it impossible. Like I'd be fine, I'd be happy, I'd be smiling once I got to work, but nobody actually knew that inside of myself it was absolutely dying. And I know so many people that write to me and they say, I have so many ideas, there's so many things that I want to do. I really want to branch out with my own business, or I really want to start making YouTube videos, or really start my spiritual journey, but I'm so darn afraid of everything. I can't get it out of myself. And the biggest thing is that, the biggest fear that most of us have is what other people think of us, because growing up, we've been conditioned in certain ways. We've been told how we should dress, and how you should look, especially like girls should look a certain way, otherwise other girls really give them a hard time. Guys have to be tough and macho, and really can't show their emotions, and we hide ourselves pretty much from the time we start school, or even before then, from who we really are, which means that we don't really know who we are anymore anyway, you know, and it starts to become a habit that we take with us throughout life. But what's happening is now that so many things are more acceptable, and, you know, so many people are starting to really get resentful about how they've had to restrict themselves, that they're trying to find this way forward. And, you know, the biggest thing that I learned on my journey was that when I first started Divine Miracles, and, you know, I just had like a website going on, I didn't do videos, and everyone was saying to me, you know, you need to do videos because that's how people are going to start to know you. And I thought, no way do I want to be on video. You know, I just had every excuse in the book of why I didn't want to make a video. And then one day it just dawned on me, when you're ready to make videos, you will start making videos. It will just go bit by bit by bit. And the same thing is going to happen to you with anything that you're doing in your life, or anything that you want to branch out into. If you start with small steps, then suddenly you start to build your confidence up with that, and then you can move to the next step, you know, and then suddenly you're full blown doing things. The biggest thing is that we're going to be our own worst critic. And even, you know, making videos and things like that for you, I decided that if I started looking at them before I made them for you, then I might not put them up. So I restrain myself from looking at my own videos. I'll watch them later on once they're already up or whatever, but when I make these are how they are. They don't get edited in any way other than my website being down the bottom or whatever. But you know, it is how it is. And then what that gives me the confidence, then that's how I get through my own insecurities. And then as you know, grow and change and lift yourself and all of that, all the little things that you're worried about right at this second seem to fade away from you. So what's happening is that we're raising our vibration, and we're lifting ourselves higher, and we're moving into different circles, and we're moving away from things that made us feel bad. And this energy that we've got within ourselves is going to allow us to move more into the life purpose that we really want for ourselves, you know, the way that we really want to see things happen for ourselves. And when you are ready, you will move to the next level, and you won't do it until you're ready. It's the same as in a relationship. Like, you know, there's so many people that are stuck in bad relationships, and the truth of the matter is, you're not going to leave that bad relationship until the day comes when you're ready to go, and you've got all the determination and all the strength and all the everything behind you, and nothing's going to stop you from doing it. Until that time, you'll probably stay where you are. So the same is true with everything in your life. If you're wanting to come out of the closet with your sexuality, that's one of the biggest, the hardest things that anyone can do. And sometimes they're afraid of rejection, or they're afraid of what their family will think, or what their friends will think. That at the end of the day, sometimes we can build it up inside of ourselves far worse than what it really is. And if you're already prepared that, you know, if you say to yourself, well, if nobody likes me anymore and nobody wants to be with me, then I'm going to meet new people, then you've already dealt with that problem, and it becomes easier for you to push forward. Don't get me wrong, I know that anything that is out of our comfort zone is extremely difficult when we're first doing it. But just remember that it will get to a stage where you're ready. And, you know, now is the time for a lot of you to say, you know what, I am tired of being in the shadows, and I'm tired of everybody else sort of stepping out and getting somewhere with their life. It's now time for me to start doing it as well. And bit by bit you will be supported, and bit by bit you will know exactly how to go about things, and, you know, what's the next step to take. And the other thing is, don't be afraid of your total success, because a lot of people are afraid of failure. But, you know, sometimes you're afraid of success because that means that everyone will be looking at you, and everyone will be watching you, and everyone will be relying on you, and that can be difficult as well. Or you might just have a mindset where if you're successful, everyone will hate you because you're successful, or you know, will think that you've had it easy when you haven't, or think that suddenly you're more gifted than anybody else, or whatever it is. I mean, I know even for myself, I did have a fear of success because of those reasons. Is because I didn't want people to think that I had it easy, or that you know, that I was better than anybody else, or that somehow it was just given to me for some reason, and you know, not to anybody else. I didn't want any negativity towards my success, so I sort of pushed myself away from it. Now I know that you know, the more that you can create, the more that you can make in your life, the more that you can help people, and that sort of helps me. And also it gets to a point where, you know, doesn't matter who you are or what you are, there's always going to be somebody there that doesn't like it, and that's their issue, isn't it? It's not your issue. Don't take everything on board, and don't take everything personal to yourself. Just take one day at a time. If you've got that fantastic business idea, take baby steps with it, and then it will start to develop and develop and develop. And yeah, you know, you might not get 50,000 clients all at once, but if you did, you'd have a panic attack anyway. Like, how are you possibly going to deal with 50,000 people, and you could just crumble? So just know that everything works, you know, in the best interest for you. Everything starts to fall into place for the best, in the best way that it can for you. You know, you're in control of how that works. You're in control of how much you do and how little you do. And you know, each step of the way you'll be ready for the next part of the journey, and then the next and the next and the next. But now really is the time to let yourself shine a little bit more than you do. No more hiding behind you know, somebody else, or your kids, or your family, or whatever it is. It's time to, you know, you do have value in this world, and you do have things that you want to share, and you are clever, and you are knowledgeable, and you know, you are supported in everything you do when your intention is a positive one. You know, when your intention is coming from a loving place, you can do nothing but succeed. So it's time now to just take a deep breath and relax, and know that when you're ready for the next step in your journey, and it starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger, you'll be totally ready for that. If you think of it now, you're going to get yourself anxious. If you think of the big picture, you're going to get yourself upset, you know, and really scared, and you won't do it at all. So one day at a time, one step at a time, let yourself come out a little bit more, and play and have fun and enjoy and be creative, and you will see that how much this changes you, and you will see how strong you really are, and how much you really do have to offer the world, and you know, how much people have to learn from you as well. So I hope that was helpful. That was a message about the peacock energies, and it's time to, you know, fluff our feathers and get moving forward, and know that we can do absolutely anything, as long as we just hold that vision of success for ourselves instead of a vision of failure. Hold a vision of success for yourself, and you know, the energies of the universe will start moving with you, and you know, not against you, with you, for those things to come about, perhaps even better than you actually ever thought possible. So thanks very much for listening, and just remember, you know, you can head over to my website at any time, and there are all kinds of freebies and personal readings and crystal store and all kinds. And also I'm on all social media at Divine Miracles, and on Facebook every day, doing cards of the day, messages of the day, card choices, you know, uplifting messages, all those kinds of things. So you are totally supported in anything that you want to do, by me anyway. So again, thanks for listening, thank you for subscribing, and keep your ideas for videos coming. And until the next message, it's goodbye for now. Bye everyone.